Welcome to SCAN. My name is Pat Bohse, and I will be the host today for this very informative show in regards to understanding what assisted living is and all of the different forms or other options available to one who might be looking for some assistance. And with us today we have the famous, well-known Director of Community Relations for Chelsea's Manalapan office, Rose Ciaburri. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Pat.
I am really pleased. We've been talking about doing this for a long period of time, and here it is.
Yep, time does pass, and I just want to say happy anniversary, 25 great years at the SCAN.
Yes, I mean, I've not been here personally, but I've been here because I worked with John Wannett for years, who is the founder of the organization, both when he started here and then also when he went to the Office on Aging. So it feels like home.
Yes.
It feels like I've been here more than a year and a half, and I'm really pleased. I think the next 25 years is going to be very exciting.
I bet.
Especially the model that we have here. It's very appropriate, and hopefully we might be a national model in the future.
I'm sure you will be, because the new 65 is the new 55, as they say.
Right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into this business 25 years ago. We're talking about 25.
Yes,
and where you're at.
Well, I started out in a continuing care retirement community, and I was there over 15 years. And when the opportunity came along and assisted living came to be, I realized that they meet the needs of the seniors in so many different ways, because I get to listen to the stories that people tell me when they come in looking for a community for their loved ones or the seniors themselves, and they're not quite sure what assisted living is all about. So I'm there to explain it to them and meet their needs.
So tell us, what is it about? What is assisted living communities? Because I think there's a lot of confusion in between independent living, assisted living, nursing homes. So kind of take us down that path.
Yes, there are a lot of opportunities out there for different types of communities: continuing care retirement, home health aides, then there's senior housing, of course assisted living, and they both have their niche in senior care. However, assisted living does meet the needs of that senior out there looking for a dynamic lifestyle. And of course, there are so many things that we do for them besides the basics, besides the 3 delicious meals and the housekeeping services and activities. But we also provide for these seniors an opportunity to preserve their dignity and respect. And through individualized healthcare support that we also provide, it gives them an opportunity to preserve their freedom of choice.
And especially nowadays, I mean, with all of the emphasis on, the Affordable Care Act and nursing home issues and people staying out of hospitals because if they go back, the hospitals get penalized and all of that. I see assisted living really having a very vital part in that whole conversation and also in the services that they provide.
Absolutely. We don't know all the details of the Affordable Care Act, or as they call it, Obamacare, but we'll work through it together. And right now, we're still an affordable place for seniors to come and enjoy the rest of their life. Again, making new friends, again, enjoying activities that they wouldn't be able to do on their own, really alone in their apartments or their homes, because they're very isolated. This opens up a new world to them, as it did for my mom for 5.5 years when she lived at a Chelsea assisted living.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes hand in hand. Last month we had our brain health fair.
Yeah.
And again, the big issue, besides understanding what you need to do to keep healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Yes.
The issue of socialization was huge. And again, being at SCAN for the last year and a half, like I had mentioned on several occasions, people, we find if they don't prepare for retirement and or something happens as far as medically, that if they don't have a plan, that they really go downhill really very quickly because of the lack of support systems and also the lack of socialization and being able to be with other people, to whether it's to play or talk or just to be. So I'm sure that your facilities, and the facilities like yours, provide that opportunity. Just talk a little more about what kinds of services are provided within a facility such as yours.
Thank you for that question. That's important because besides the meals activities and housekeeping, we do supply 24-hour-a-day professional staff, whether it's RNs, LPNs, certified medication administration, because many of the residents out there need help with their medication administration. They need help with physical therapy, which we have on board. They need help with doctor visits, so we have them here on board. Lots of things of that nature. We also help out with scheduled group transportations to and from their activities that they love to go to, that they've always been a part of, whether it's a senior center or whether it's out to lunch with their new friends, and museums and the movies and activities at night. We take them so many different places, but through that individualized support system, that's what keeps them going, because they come to us from all walks of life, and we try to attract that resident who's going to take the time to enjoy their daily life.
So the other issue is now that they're residents and say that they show some signs of dementia or Alzheimer's, what's the process, and can they stay with you?
Actually, most assisted living communities have a neighborhood that they call assisted living with Alzheimer care.
Okay.
So we call ours Country Cottage. And in Country Cottage, what I love about it is the fact that we have specially trained staff there 24 hours a day to really meet their needs, because they need certain types of activities. They need help maybe with eating and dressing in the morning and getting ready for their day. Lots of queuing goes on there. So we're very happy to support them. And we also take them out for trips on our bus. And when we have entertainment in the community, of course, they're there, right there. We also have a good family support system. We have monthly Alzheimer family support groups that come into our community for dinner. And we've just finished the Alzheimer Walk to fight Alzheimer's. So it's very interesting. And throughout the year, our families will come to many, many events. Family support is everything as well.
Yes, absolutely, because it just doesn't affect the individual.
Yes.
It really, I mean, I took care of my mom and dad for many years, and it's overwhelming, and I know the system. I mean, I've been in it for 35 years, and even with that information and that knowledge, it still becomes a bit much to navigate and to stay healthy in.
Yeah.
So let's talk now. So you have this great facility. People come, they have the opportunity to age in, basically. So what happens if they outlive their financial resources?
Well, we are one of 16 communities. I represent Chelsea at Manalapan. And we have 12 communities in New Jersey, we have a few in New York, and one in Pennsylvania. So the fact stays that we are very cognitive of the fact that they may run out of finances, and they can, in the state of New Jersey and New York, apply for Medicaid, which we gladly accept. We have never asked any of our residents to leave for their inability to pay, because they now need Medicaid. So we do accept the Medicaid plan.
Great. And you help them through that process, which is terrible.
Well, it's not so terrible. A person only needs to call the Department of Senior Services and get their list of their requirements. Right. To meet the requirements, you have to qualify two ways, financially and physically. We also have something else that recently has come to mind with veterans benefits, because many residents prospective residents that come to me and their families do not understand that they can apply for veterans benefits if they or their spouse, living or dead, was a veteran.
Wow.
And they have to call the Department of Military Affairs and Veteran Affairs in the state of New Jersey to find out their requirements.
Yeah, I do. I've heard that a lot,
Yes.
and I know that at the Department for the Aging in Monmouth County,
Yes.
that they have a Veterans Affairs person who is dealing with that regularly.
Good.
And so that really works very nicely. So what's been the most rewarding piece of your position?
I think it's putting the pieces of the puzzle together, because they're coming into you to find out about what a community is going to mean for their parent, whether it's as a permanent resident, and we also offer respite care for those people who may be living at home, but their spouse needs a vacation from caregiving. We offer, or a person may want to come in as a trial period to see how they like it. We offer respite services.
Oh, that's great.
And I think that's the most rewarding part of my job, and to meet and to see the joy in the residents' faces. We have so many people coming to us from different parts of community life, and we have one gentleman that's going to be highlighted next week because he wrote the unofficial New Jersey state song, which has right now 14,000 hits on YouTube.
Wow.
And they're going to do a story, a news channel is going to do a story on his life. Interesting,
Wonderful.
Interesting residents.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think everyone has a story, and that's
Everyone.
what I'm really enjoying.
Yeah.
And everyone, I mean, you never know where someone came from
Yeah.
until you sit down and break bread or have a cup of coffee. And at SCAN, we're going to be starting, it's called the SCAN Cafe. I think it's being reinstituted, where I'm going to be sitting down, meeting with our members and talking about whatever they want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be doing it like once or twice a month, and I'm excited about it because I love to hear the stories and, you know, where people come from or what their life experience was, so I can learn a lot more from them. So, yeah, so I think that's a really vital part of any community.
Yeah.
And so the other is, what if someone was viewing this or watching this, what would you advise in regards to starting getting ready? I mean, what questions should they be asking? What should they be putting in place? I mean, I as far as the Medicaid, I'm sorry, yeah, I mean, I think that everyone should get that list, no matter if you think you need it or not, because, I mean, we're talking about saving documents for 5 years, you know, as far as that look-back period and stuff like that. And if you're not ready for that and you need it really quickly, oh, goodness, it is a little painful to get them together. But, yeah, so what does someone need to do?
Well, I think, again, a person that's coming in asking questions about their loved ones, they need to see the parent in a new light. And although we'll need documentation at some point for Medicaid, what the person that comes to me in my position comes to me because they have noticed major things about their loved ones. They're not taking their medications. They're not going to doctors on time. Maybe they've been in an accident and they have been falling. Maybe they're rehabbing after an operation. There's so many reasons why that person's coming here. And then after a while, should they need that assistance, I think I would rely on the Department of Senior Services because they're nice and clear about what their requirements are going to be at that time. But the person that's coming to me is the person that I tell them, please sit down with your folks, have this conversation. It may be a difficult conversation, but communicate to them and ask them, do you notice you've been changing lately? Have you noticed it? Have you been more alone than at other times? Would you like some folks that you can relate to again? Would you like to live a better lifestyle? And that's where we come in to help them both on a day-to-day basis and also on their medical health needs. So that's where we come in.
Great, great. So kind of getting back to the whole conversation about assisted living communities.
Yes.
What's and the whole alphabet soup that we live in.
Yes.
What's the difference between CCRC and ALs?
Well, as I said earlier, I have been working with a CCRC for over 15 years. And
What is that?
They are wonderful. It's a continuing care retirement community where our seniors come in quite independent. They have assisted living, and of course they have nursing care. And they have different types of contracts. And there is a huge entrance fee for each and every family that one has to consider before making that move into that type of community. And of course there's senior housing, and sometimes they're supplemented by services through New York State. New Jersey. And so there's many different types of communities, but what I found again is that assisted living, as opposed to home health agencies, keeps a resident surrounded by new friends, activities throughout the day, and not so isolated.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other issue is now that we're all becoming ADRCs,
Yes.
Aging and Disability Centers or communities, for those who are under 60, do you still provide these services and in regards to younger adults? And
Well, we have taken some in that are a little bit younger, but I will say to you on that note, we have just opened a brand new type of community, and that's for anyone 21 years of age and older to about age 60 who have suffered with autism their whole life, or a disability their whole life, developmental disabilities or brain injury. And it's up in Warren that we call Mount Bethel Village. It just opened. So for anyone who was listening to this conversation, if they have a concern for a younger adult who's suffering and has some needs, we have modeled it after assisted living.
well, our time is almost up. It went really fast, so I want to thank you for being here and being our guest. And if anyone had some questions, could they, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, we have our website, of course. It's www.chelseaseniorliving.com.
And that'll be really very helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, we'll be back in a few minutes with our end of the year wrap up. Have a great day.
Take it from me. Living with a chronic disease is no easy task, but I learned to better manage my health condition, and you can too. Take Control of Your Health is the chronic disease self-management program created by Stanford University. This fun, innovative course is now offered to all county residents. Diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, cancer. Take Control of Your Health gives proven strategies to manage these conditions and reclaim your life. See how nutrition, exercise, and various mind techniques can help you overcome depression, increase energy, and manage pain. You'll not only get this book when you participate, you'll also receive the guidance and support of others living with a chronic illness, just like you. Take control of your health in 6 short sessions.
Call the number on your screen to register or get further information at scannj.com. Brought to you by SCAN, Social Community Activities Network, with funding made available by the Monmouth County Office on Aging.
Welcome back. My name is Pat Bohse, and this is Welcome to SCAN. With me right now is Andrea Tarr, the Program Director Extraordinaire for SCAN. And we're going to take this opportunity to do what we're calling a year-end roundup so that we can highlight all of the wonderful things that have been accomplished during the year, which went so fast here at SCAN. So welcome.
Thanks, Pat, and you're right about that. The year flew.
What happens when you're having fun, you know?
It's been a wild ride.
Let's kind of go over some of the new accomplishments and the exciting ththings that we've introduced this year.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We started the year, as we usually do, our winter semester. And right then, after that, we had our first Boscov's Campus of Courses in January and February. So that put us right off to a great start.
And what I love about those particular classes is that we had over 600 people registered.
Yes.
And so that's the general public coming to listen to the presentations that we have arranged, even though they're in the Boscov store. And it also is a wonderful opportunity for us to recruit some new members, but also to educate the public in regards to what's going on, whether it is, you know, finances or entitlement and benefit counseling issues. So I'm excited about those classes.
Yeah, they always go well, and you're right. We had over 600 people. It was really fantastic. And then from there, let's see, we went into the spring semester. Well, we've been having our general membership meetings every semester, so that's been fun too, because we're getting about 50 or 60 people coming in, and we have lunch, and we always do a great presentation. And then, of course, the opportunity to talk to you and hear about what's happening with SCAN.
And those meetings keep growing.
Yeah,
and
they
I
do.
love those meetings because we get really good feedback about
Yeah.
what our customer, which is our members,
Yeah.
want. And we're always open to change and transition. And I think that might be our motto this year.
Change and transition, yes.
And and again, we've done a lot, and so I just want to publicly thank you and the rest of the staff for all that you do. I know that sometimes it's not so easy living with a high D, but anyway, the other kinds of things that we accomplished was we had our annual health and wellness fair.
Yes, we did. And you know what, I don't want to forget, we also, in the winter, we started peer leader training for Take Control of Your Health.
Which is?
We rolled out that new program, a 6-week workshop created by Stanford University for people to manage their chronic conditions. We've done it very successful. We were students, and now we've become teachers.
So you're the peer leaders, and I'm
Yes,
certified
you,
too.
you are one as well. And so we've been rolling that out. We've already, we've had them throughout the year already.
I think that we've done 10 locations.
Yes, at this point, yeah, through the end of the year, it's, a lot of training,
And it will become one of our signature programs going forward.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
really committed to this. We do have funding for this, which makes it really wonderful because it's free of charge for not only our members, but for anyone in the general public.
And it's going very well.
Yeah,
Getting
so
very
we're
good
excited
feedback.
about that.
So then, yes, we had our health fair. And of course, that's always fabulous in the mall. And we had about 40 vendors. And that always attracts a great crowd of people and great exposure for us. And again, another way for the public to know who we are and what we're doing. And let's
this
see.
year, again, the piggy bank is here. That's my new
Yes, let's talk
icon, I
about
think,
that.
is that we are working with Interfaith Neighbors, and we are trying to raise money for homebound seniors. And so for every $250 we raise, we're able to adopt a homebound senior and feed them breakfast for a whole year.
year.
And to date, we have collected over $800.
I know, it's
so we
fabulous.
have 3 seniors that are SCAN adoptees, and we're really excited about that. We will continue to do that program.
Yeah.
And we dedicated our mall walk to that program this year. I think next year we're going to be doing it in March because there's a national campaign
Right.
called March for Meals. So we're going to work with Interfaith on that, and hopefully we'll get a bigger crowd in regards to the mall walk. But
Yeah.
it was very successful. Then we ate cake. It's our 25th.
Let them eat cake. Well, we're 25 years old, so this has been a whole year of celebration, which is very exciting. So everything about this year has been themed for our 25th anniversary or birthday, whatever you choose. And yes, so we had our birthday party. That was fun up in the mall as well. And that was beautifully attended. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Good cake. Who doesn't like good cake?
Yes. And the other major program we had is our Total Brain Health Fair that was held in November.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because it really is laying the groundwork for the things that we want to accomplish in 2014. We had Dr. Cynthia Green and Dr. Goldberg from Monmouth Medical Center who did some presentations, but we had very interactive brain-teasing stations for people to participate in.
Something different, I think something that most people had never seen before. This was their first exposure to anything like that. It went very well, and yeah, I look forward to doing it again.
And I think the other 2 big highlights for me was that our language classes went on the road.
Yes, they did.
Explain what happened.
Oh my God, it was great. Well, the Spanish class, and we have 3 Spanish classes, and they kind of all went together and had lunch at Juanito's in Red Bank. And everything, it was a Spanish event. It was beautiful. You were at that one.
I was. And everyone spoke Spanish and ordered in Spanish. I just pointed.
The poor
because I was-
waitresses, yeah.
Because I was not fluent. And then we have an Italian class.
Yes, and I went to that one. We went to dinner at Mia's in Oceanport. The Italian instructor is friends with the owners there, and of course they came out and they spoke to everyone at the table. And there are some people in the Italian class who are absolutely so fluent. I was a little embarrassed. I only look Italian, but they all spoke Italian. But it was such a fun thing to do that. It was a very bonding experience with the classes, and I hope it's something that will continue.
So
But wait, what about our awards luncheon? That's our biggest event.
25, SCAN is 25 years old.
Yes.
I mean, I'm only with you guys a year and a half, so.
That probably seems like 25 years.
No, not really. And the luncheon was held at Seabrook, who is a member of our board of directors.
Right.
But also we were their guest.
Yes.
And we were able to honor the 4 agencies that have been with SCAN for 25 years. And that has to do with the Monmouth Mall initially. I mean, you know, without them,
Right.
we would not have a home. The other was Monmouth Medical Center has supported us financially for all of those years.
Through thick and thin.
Eatontown, the borough of Eatontown
Yep.
has been there for us and whatever our needs are because we're in Eatontown. And finally, but not last, is the New Jersey Natural Gas. I don't know where we would be without them.
I know.
Especially Tom Hayes is our board president, but you know they've supported us financially and as far as getting us into the community and introducing us or reintroducing us to the community and all of our new programs. It was just a really wonderful event. We also started a new award that hopefully in the future we'll be rolling out, and it's a leader of distinction in the field of aging.
Yes.
I don't think that too many people get honored for being in our field, so I think that we can own that spot. And
Yeah.
we honored Community Service Inc. from Ocean County because I'm not sure too that many people know that we do services in both Monmouth and
Yes.
Ocean, and we'll be doing a lot more
Right.
with that organization
And that was
in
another
Ocean.
first for us this year, was rolling out lots of services in Ocean County.
Yeah,
So that was nice.
We were the recipient of some Robin Hood funds, and we were able to rehire staff because we lost everybody, and also to do some programming in the very devastated areas that were hit by Sandy. So I think that we're really very fortunate. And we have some wonderful new partners. I mean, besides Brookdale, who has been with us forever, we've worked with community workforce development with Eileen Higgins and
Right.
her group. We also have 2 new employees that came to us through Workforce 55. So needless to say, we've been working the system.
We are working the system, we're growing, it's been a great year, it really has. And even our catalog is a kind of a 25th anniversary catalog, so let me just make sure everybody gets to see it.
And this fabulous catalog goes out 3 times a year
3 times a year.
with lots of sweat, tears, and labor.
Sweat,
And
mostly sweat.
it goes out to almost 3,000 people who are on our mailing list, so that's really exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I think that we did a lot.
We did a lot, we were busy every minute, and it's been a great year. And I'm excited for next year because I'm sure we'll grow even more.
Yep. Our signature programs we will continue to do Take Control of Your Health.
Yeah.
We will be doing financial literacy for older women and men too. And we're kind of testing that right now. And then the other will be brain fitness.
Brain fitness.
Taking the information that we've gotten from our fair, working closely with people who are specialists in that area, and making sure that we can provide people with good information about how to stay mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually fit. So again, thank you for all that you do.
Oh, you're welcome.
And we're looking forward to 2014.
So am I, it's been great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you for listening to our show, and we hope to see you in the near future at SCAN.
How to locate SCAN. SCAN is easy to locate once you find the movie theater at Monmouth Mall. As you enter the parking lot from Route 35, the theater is almost directly ahead of you. Drive towards the theater, but go up along the left side into the parking lot. As you approach the end, you will see entrance number 3 on your right. Park and enter the building here. Once inside, you will see a staircase that only goes down. After passing through the doors at the bottom, turn to your left, and SCAN is right there.